Bobo. Cookie. Say hi. Cookie. Cookie. Oh, okay. Cookie. 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 Hi. Let's go. Welcome back everyone to my channel. I know that I have not vlogged in about 2 weeks, but the week before spring break was just like get it done, survive as much as you can, and we made it. Spring break was wonderful. I had my dog with me. He's like 8 years old. I'll show a little clip of him, you know, kind of like walking and running. I think I'll do it towards the front, but it was amazing. And we're back. Today is Monday the 20th, and I do have a couple of things so far. Administration, especially like my principal, she has been grinding us on data. Like, she wants projection. What is the projection of the, you know, passing, approaching, and mastery? Like, I need this, I need this, I need this. I'm like, oh my god. Like, we did it like the day before spring break, like the last day before spring break, like when the kids were gone from early dismissal, and we're still continuing our data. She asked me like an hour ago, like, hey, I need you to like update your data again so I can know the expected projectile for May 2023. I'm like, again? Like, so that's what I've been doing for the past like 30 minutes. It's quite a bit because she wants it color coded. Like, one of our teachers got distracted and now I can't remember what I was going to say, but I think I was going to say, oh, I remember that she's very sweet, she's very organized, she loves to color code her data, and she did it, you know, as a beautiful color coding mechanism, beautiful spreadsheet, whatever. But our principal saw that, and then they're like, oh, we want everyone to be like hers. Okay, so I did something similar. I just didn't do a lot of colors. I mean, I like color coding, but for me, I'm just like, if the layout is simple, I'd rather just keep it simple. I don't want to have to do with all the colors and whatnot. But no, she kind of wanted it with color, so I'm like, okay. So I had to go back. I had to put on like my tier 3s in red, tier 2s in yellow, and tier 1s in green. And I did it. I can't show you because it has names on here, but I can show you a little bit of what it looks like, so you can see all those beautiful colors. I like to do light colors, so that way it's not so like glaring at you. Oh my god, because a lot of people like dark red or dark green. I'm just like, I like more of a neutral color. And I also did put like my projectile. So at the beginning of December 2022, we took our STAR interim, and my projectile was 60% with 28 out of 47 students passing. And right now I'm going a little bit above. I'm kind of shooting for the stars here, but I would say my projectile is 72%. But in reality, I want to say it's more like 68, 69. I feel like we can reach 72, like my tier 3s or my tier 2 specifically can reach 72, but I just feel like that's kind of shooting for the stars. And what my concern is with this projectile is this would happen if it was on paper, because it is online, like the whole thing is digital now. That's the only thing that concerns me, is that because it is all online and they're not used to that, is that projectile going to go down because of that online factor? So that's my only concern. But enough talking about data. Today we just kind of did a lot of reviewing of procedures and expectations. I had them come in on the warm-up. I'm going to try and get them to do more writing, like small writing, just because I'm really bad at teaching writing. So after we talked about reviews and procedures, I gave them this small little text evidence. This is a freebie from Marcy's Mayhem. I did do one of these like a long time ago, but I just wanted to kind of get them you know, into it. And then tomorrow we are going to do active versus passive voice from our curriculum. We're going to get back to our curriculum. We're going to talk about argumentative text. I found a great resource over I think 2 weeks ago, that have to do with cell phones, and that's a perfect age because either they have a cell phone or they don't. So this is like a good age to talk about, like, should you have a cell phone, should you not have a cell phone, and what are the benefits and cons of that. So we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. as well as Thursday, and then Friday we'll take our weekly test. And then next week we're going to focus on our reviewing for the unit test. And our unit test will consist of everything we have learned, including like irregular verbs, principal parts of, you know, regular verbs, active subject verb agreement, I think. I'm not sure. I think that was the first lesson of unit 2. Right now I was grading before my principal said, hey, I need your newest change data. But I was grading their social studies test, and so far everyone is doing a fantastic job. They asked me today, Miss, are you going to give us back our grades? I would if I had graded them. And they're like, Miss, I'm like, what? I enjoyed my spring break too. During spring break, my sister and myself, we went to the rodeo, and we went on so many rides, and we played a lot of games, which we won nothing except for a small little frog. But it was really fun. It was amazing. I also do have to turn this in. This is a timeout sheet for Friday, so I do have to prepare sub plans for that because I have nothing in the bin right now because it is my birthday on Friday. And I know a lot of people are like, well, why don't you, you know, spend the birthday with your kids? Not really. I don't want to. I did it like my first year, and my first year kids were like amazing, but even they drove me nuts on my birthday, and I just didn't like feeling like negative or so tired on my birthday. So last year was the first year that I was like, let me take it off. I think it was like a Thursday, so I took off my birthday, and it was really nice. It was really special. And then this year it's on a Friday, so I get to have Friday off. We did have tutorials on the 25th, but I did tell my, you know, like with the person who deals with tutorials, that I was not going to attend, so that's all good. And then I get Sunday as well. We're gonna go watch like a movie. We're gonna go maybe to the park to walk, you know, the dogs, and it'll just be a fun day. And that'll be my last day, like my last personal time off day, because we only get 5 days, and I've missed 5 days coming up with this one. So that's pretty much it. I've been talking for about 8 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Oh, we did start on the American Revolution War. I did find this amazing YouTube video that I do want to show you guys. It is called, let me show you. It's called A Brief History of America's Independence Part 1. It's only 2 minutes and 47 seconds. But before I show them the video, I went ahead and gave them a 3x5 index card. I told them to pick a side, whether the blank side or the side with the lines on them. And then I told them that during the video, I want you to give me 3 things that you learned, 2 things that you have questions on, and then 1 big takeaway. And I told them that yes, even though I want them to be different, if you are stuck, you can use one of your 3 as a big takeaway if they're like the same. And that's what it is. So we watched it all the way through one time, and then I slowed it down to 0.75. I made sure that it had captions on so they could like read it, and it was pretty amazing. So I actually have them like all right here, so I'm gonna look at them tomorrow, and this will be just kind of like a preview as to what they learned. I can take it for a grade, but it's more going to be like a participation grade, because I mean they are just learning about the American Revolution. Well, fun fact though, before we get totally into American Revolution, is this group is actually going to get to learn a lot about the American Revolution. My first year, because it was like hybrid learning, we didn't really get to learn about the American Revolution. We kind of like dipped our toe into it. My second year, we totally did not ever reach the American Revolution. We stopped at the French and Indian War right before we could, and then school was over. So this group gets to actually learn about the American Revolution, which is fun, but also kind of frustrating because I actually need to catch up on the American Revolution, like all of these battles and stamps and like all of these like things that happen. So I actually need to like learn about the American Revolution because I haven't taught it. So that is something that I'm going to be working on this week before I actually teach the kids. All right, guys, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to get out of here. I do have an appointment at 5:30 with someone who wants to buy something from Facebook Marketplace. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. and I'll catch you guys up on later. Hello, how are we doing, lovely people? All right, so today is Tuesday, March the 21st. I actually just did a request order for Friday, March 24th, because that is my birthday. All right, so I'm gonna catch you guys up. I have like this big book on my desk. One of my students went to the library over spring break and she got like this amazing book. And I was really interested in it because I do love Greek mythology, and I am interested also like in Roman mythology and Norse mythology. So she said that I could borrow it, so I'm going to take it home today and just read it really quickly and then give it to her, because I think she has to turn it in on Friday. So she let me borrow it. I also graded all of my social studies tests. I took them home last night. I put them on my couch and they sat there until this morning when I brought them back to school. And I did put a X with red pen and a little line, so that way they took it home and their parents have to sign it. Although I did forget to do it for my other class. But I will say the grades are not horrendous. I am very, very pleased with the grades that we received today. If I knew where my thing was, I would tell you the grades, but I do not. But I did have like a 15, a 20, maybe some like 35, 55, 65. But most students made like 90, 95, 100s, 85s, 80, 75. So I'm very, very pleased about that. I'm so happy that they were able to learn a lot more this time, because the chapter 3 test, they did really, really badly on that. Okay, so today we learned about active and passive voice. It's pretty simple compared to everything that we learned, so I gave them this worksheet. I'll try to have it linked down below, but I've had it since like my first year of teaching. Basically, you just have to say whether it's A for active or P for passive, and then on the other side they give you passive voice and you have to change it to active voice, because active voice is a lot more commonly used between the two. And I did have to teach like triple today, like 4 times today, because I do have my tutor with me. She does teach Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 1 hour and like 10 minutes with my first group, and then an hour and 10 minutes with my second group. So when she's working with that group, with my small group, my tier 3 and a little bit of tier 2, I am with my tier 1s and tier 2s working on the worksheet. And then when she's done with my small group, and if I have time and if we're not doing something else, then I work with the small group on the lesson that we learned. So I have to do that 4 times, and it is a little bit more exhausting, but so far the kids are getting used to like me taking them like, okay, Miss Blanco, like we're here to learn. So they're getting used to like just going over there towards the end. Today we also have been starting the American Revolution. Right now we're kind of like leading up to the American Revolution, so we're starting with like the Stamp Act, as well as like the Tea Act and the Sugar Act. So all of those things that created tension with Britain, with Great Britain. And then we are gonna get to like the major battles, like the Boston Tea Parties and the Lexington. That's not till like lesson 2, I want to say. But I do want to tell you, I did mention this in my last year's vlog, that I do use Liberty's Kids. It's an amazing show. It is historical fiction, so the characters are fake and some like the plot line is fake, but the historical content is there. The first episode, my principal's talking over the radio. The first episode is about the Boston Tea Party, and it shows like all of the, you know, how the colonists dressed up as Indians to get on board, and it was just crazy. So we watched the first episode yesterday for my second class, and then today they were able to watch the first episode for my homeroom. Now it is available on YouTube, Liberty's Kids. At first it wasn't available on YouTube, but then someone actually did put it on YouTube. So I'll have the YouTube link down below, as well as the website, because that's what I normally used at the website. It's amazing, guys. Please check it out if you ever teach the American Revolution. We also are doing chapter 5, and we do have the lessons ready somewhere, like these little lessons. Chapter 5, Lesson 1. I do purchase these from TPT. She sells them for about $1. She sells them for about $1.50, and then she also does the test about for like $2, as well as the review. So that's pretty awesome. Alright, so the last major thing that I want to talk to you guys about is this new website. Oh my goodness, guys, this is like an unbelievable website. It's getting lots of popularity. I actually watched someone else's YouTube channel talk about this, so this is not like my own idea. I did not find this. I actually watched, I can't remember who I watched, but I'll link her down below. It's called ChatGPT. Most of you guys have heard about it, guys. It literally is an AI. You tell it what to do, and it literally gives you everything that you want. I thought at first it was just for like students, but no, it's for teachers. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys, because this is unbelievable. I hope that my kids don't find out. Those who watch my YouTube video, you guys will find out, but you little kids can't really use it. It's more for like middle, like 8th grade, high school, college, like centered, as well as adults and teachers. So let me go ahead and show you. Alright, so before I show you, here's what my desk is looking like. Here is my grades for this week. Since I will not be here on Friday, I kind of am squeezing all of the grades this week. I do need to figure out an ELA as well as spelling and just a couple more things, but other than that, it should be good to go. Okay, so this is ChatGPT. You just create a login account. I used my Google account, and at first I did spelling because I was looking for a spelling activity. Make a spelling activity using the following words. So I just tried out with like 10 words. Like, guys, they just create so much that I used like all of my 20 words, and then this is the one that I used. And then they actually tell you like the answer key as well. Create a 5th grade activity on homophones. They tell you like all these different ideas that you can do. Reading passage. This is one that I used as well. Gives you some questions, an outline of an argumentative text for 4th grade. And this is what they gave me. Create a timeline on the start of the American Revolution. I mean, guys, look at this. Plan a lesson about the Boston Tea Party. Like, it tells you how many minutes, like what you should do. Create a reading passage. So I'm going to print this and then, or copy and paste it and then print it. I tried doing it with math, but I guess I got to figure it out. And then I was just playing along, like create an essay about Amelia Earhart. And then the last one is create an email about quitting my job. I was just playing around. But I mean, guys, like, is this not amazing? So what I do is, the one way I figured out the best way is you just kind of copy and paste what you want. Oop, that was horrible copying and pasting. All right, hold on. Let me copy and paste. All right, and then I tried using Google Doc, but it just didn't work very well. So far, here are the ones that I have. I have a fill in the blank, and then I have correct spelling, and then I have a wild animal reading comprehension with questions, and then I just make a duplicate, and then I take this out, and then I paste it, and then I just kind of, you know, play with it, make it a little bit more neater, a little bit nicer. I increase the font. I change the font if I want to make it my font. I maybe put bold to make it a little bit darker. I add lines, like, because it doesn't come with lines, so I actually create like the lines here, but all it is just like copy and paste lines. Like this one I have to actually go all the way. I forgot to do that. All right, so guys, I mean, this is amazing. I am trying to stay away from like paper and pencil, because at this point kids need to start like moving around, and I do have plenty of centers. I just actually need to look at them and then see what I have, because I do have like task cards, and I do have like reading games, and I do have, you know, recording sheets, but I just need to look at them and plan and like move the desk and put them into groups, and it just takes a while to like plan that, and then I have to implement it. And I also do have a lot more reading like centers, and I also want to do like a literary center with epic.com, but I actually need to create the class code and then create, you know, their username and password. So I would love to do centers, and I am planning to do centers. I just need to prepare to do centers. So that is my dilemma right now, but other than that, I will go ahead and start doing centers this week. Most likely I'll try to do like a mini one on Thursday, and then on Monday of next week I'll kind of actually do like a center. But for right now, I'm just kind of trying to get them back in the game of like, you know, doing worksheets, doing reading comprehension, doing spelling, you know, get that back, because we are doing STAR tests in about, like, I would say 3-4 weeks at this point, so time is limited. We also have Iowa in May, and then we have our last field trip, and then we have graduation, and then we have like Easter party, and then oh my god, so time is on a crunch here. So I'm trying to do as much fun, engaging activities as possible, but at the same time getting them ready to take the STAR test, because my goal again is 72%, and I don't know if we can reach that if these kids do not get their act together. And I'm pretty good right now at classroom management. I only have like problems with one kid that I really need to talk to their parents about, but other than that, so far so good. Everyone, I only have one kid missing for about 2 days, and I counted her tardy today because her mom did pick up her work. So that's the thing I hate. I'm like, why would I even count her here? She's not even here, but just because she got work, I count her tardy or even present. So whatever, that's not my job, that's my principal's accountability, so whatever on that point. I'm gonna go ahead and go home. It is 5:03. I want to take a nap, so I'm gonna go home. I will see you guys later. The last thing that I need to do before Friday, really honestly, is I need to make sub plans. I do have this that I did get from Erin Cobb. I think I bought it on TPT, or either it was free, and it just has some small reading comprehension as well as some questions. But I do want to give them a lot more, because just to keep them busy, because I know the substitute, and he just likes to, you know, give them a worksheet and just keep them busy and quiet, and that's perfectly fine, because when I was a substitute, when I was a teacher intern, I wanted that. I was like, what are y'all doing? Oh, I don't have any sub plans. Okay, well, what are y'all learning? That, oh shoot, I don't know how to teach that. You know, it's always, so I'd rather be safe than, you know, have my sub, you know, struggle through the day. I wouldn't want that, because I've gone through that. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Bye guys, see you tomorrow. Hello everyone, today is Thursday, March 23rd, the day before my birthday. Tomorrow's my birthday and I will not be here. It was approved by the principal and oh my god, today was a crazy day. I actually have a small headache, which means that today was one of those crazy days. So that is pretty much why I take off my birthdays, because I don't want to come to school on my birthday and like have a bad day with the kids, because you know some days are great. Like I remember on Monday and Tuesday was great, Wednesday was kind of iffy, and then today was like, oh my god. So I just don't want to come to I just don't want to come to school on my birthday and like have a bad day with the kids or feel frustrated, you know, like just spend the rest of the night like that. Like that's not what I want. But I do want to go ahead and catch you guys up. We did our quick spelling test. I have my SUP binder plans ready to go. They're gonna take their weekly test. They have their Scantron ready, and then I just have small assignments for them. So that is good to go. We were planning on doing like a whole benchmark today, but apparently the thing with technology is sometimes it can backfire on you. So you guys know how STAR test is all online this year. Well, guess what? I don't know if STAR or TA was like, oh, wait a minute, what happens if there's technology issues? These beautiful computers that our district bought us to do our state testing do not work. They do not connect to the Wi-Fi. We have tried the command center. It just says there's no valid IP address. So I don't know what's going on. I tried like 15 different laptops to get one of them to connect, and it just never did. So I don't know what's going on with that. But the rest of today, I'm gonna stay here till 6. I am planning on working with my grades. So I have all of my grades. Now the only problem is I don't have all of the grades like Unit 2, Week 5 questions. We did that yesterday, but not everybody did it because they were working with my tutor. So not everyone did that, so I cannot give a grade, you know, because they didn't do it. And then this one, the Patrick's Day Story Starter, I can't also give that one either because I'm not going to be here until Monday, and I just gave them the writing today. So and then page 54, I was gonna have them do that by themselves, but then it was only 4 questions. I was like, you know what, let's just do it together as a quick review for the test tomorrow. So we're struggling already. We on the struggle bus, okay? So and then I have a little bit of next week planned, like the French and Indian War for the Ed puzzle, and then the Google form capitalization, which some students have not completed. As you can see right there, I have a list of students who have not completed it. But other than that, today was it was tough. It was rough. It was crazy. Nobody really watched Liberty's Kids. We watched like maybe 10 minutes with my second class because we had like 10 minutes extra with them. But my homeroom, because they tested today their science benchmark, which went horribly. They only took like 45 minutes to do that like test. I just know that the grades are not going to be very good. Oh my god. Okay, enough chitter chatter. I am going to go ahead and get started. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on next week's vlog. This one was 4 days, so the highest in a couple of days. I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye. Good morning, good afternoon. All right, and then what I did was I gave them each a index card, and I told them that they could either choose the side with the line or with the oh my god, let me see. So that is what and then what I did after I showed them, no, actually, oh my god. Hello, how are we doing, folks? It is Tuesday. My hair is a little bit crazy over here. Hello, how? All right, oh Lord. All right, everybody, I cannot talk to you for very long today. Oh my God. All right, everybody here by themselves with another, no. Hello. Okay. And it's over here. Hold on, let me zoom y'all in. Hold on, y'all, don't get dizzy. Morning, everyone. No, not good morning. Good afternoon, everyone.